by thanking you for being here today. But more than that, I want to thank you for being here for the last 2.5 years to make this dream become a reality. This building is going to be here now and into the future, and it's literally going to save lives. So thank you, everyone. I'm going to apologize up front if I get a little emotional, because this is an amazing day. I'm going to start by recognizing the people who made this happen. The staff of Shelterhouse. I know that you're out there in the crowd, and you are amazing. The work that you do every day, makes a difference. And that's why this isn't just a hotel, it's Shelterhouse. So thank you. To our board of directors, thank you for your support. Thank you for being there. Thank you for all that you do to make this organization function. It's an amazing organization, and we need our board there to make that support and to make all of it happen. So thank you to our board members. And I want to thank our donors. We have several of them here. I can't say enough. I was just talking with Bobby Arnold a little while ago, and they were the first foundation that I approached, and they came through and they started the seed. It's like planting a tree. You make it happen. So we have the foundations here, we have individual donors here, and together our community has raised this money so that by the end of this year, this building will be debt-free. A gift to our community from the generous hearts of so many. And if it wasn't in the middle of a pandemic, I would say everybody come up here and be introduced. But can our foundations at least raise your hands so others in the crowd can recognize you? I want to thank you very, very much. We also have our benefactor donors, people who wrote checks for 6 figures to make this happen. Thanks to them. And I've said this many times when I was out doing the fundraising. The person who wrote the check for $5, I want to thank them too. My very first lesson in philanthropy was when I was an intern, actually for Shelterhouse. And I was asked to go be at a booth at a fair. And I was there, and this little old lady came up to me with a $5 bill and wanted to give it to me. And I didn't have any way to accept that. And she said, "No, you don't understand. When I needed help, Shelterhouse was there, and I didn't have anything, but they still helped me. Today I have this, and I want to give it to you." So thank you to all the $5 donors too, because together and collectively, we all make a difference. And finally, I just want to thank anyone that I've forgotten, because it takes a whole team. It's never one person, it's never one organization, one foundation. It is the whole team, the whole community coming together. So if we have any public officials, thank you for your support, getting all of the changes to zoning and all of those kinds of things that had to happen. Thank you for all of those as well. So with that being said, I'm going to ask Tina from the Midland Business Alliance to come up and do their part.
Good morning, everybody. It sure doesn't seem like a year and a half ago. Oh, sorry. Wow, I can take this off. Yay! It sure doesn't seem like a year and a half ago that we were here doing the groundbreaking for this, and we trudged through the woods and stood on a piece of cardboard or a piece of wood so we didn't mess up the ground. And here we are less than 2 years later at this beautiful building, and this darn pandemic, I really wanted to go inside and see, but I know it's beautiful, and at some point we all will. So,
Yes, we will.
On behalf of the Midland Business Alliance, I want to welcome you all today as well. We are so pleased that the Shelterhouse picked Midland as their home and to stay here. We're very fortunate to have people like Janine and all of you with your great big hearts being here in Midland to support this organization, but many, many others as well. So thanks again for coming. We have a couple of presentations today. The first one is from the mayor. She was not able to join us, but she says, "Congratulations, Shelterhouse. The City of Midland joins with you in celebrating the grand opening of your beautiful new location here in our community. Our city's future is dependent on the commitment of organizations like yours. We appreciate your efforts and wish you the best of success in the future. Again, congratulations and best of luck with your future ventures. Mayor Maureen Donker, City of Midland."
Thank you, Tina.
And now we have Missy Fryer, one of our ambassadors, to make another presentation.
Good morning. We here in Midland, we are very grateful to have facilities such as this in Midland. And this building is a 25,000 square foot building built by Three Rivers Corporation for some of our most vulnerable citizens, not only in Midland, but all of Michigan. And the amount of work that was put into this by Janine, the Shelterhouse staff, Shannon Tate, Jimmy Green, the board of directors, and Don and Angela Sheets, and all of the community is truly phenomenal. All of you need to be very proud because the blood, sweat, and tears that you put into this building will literally save lives. So on behalf of the Midland Business Alliance, I want to congratulate you all on a very good job well done.
I want to let you know that as soon as we're able, when there's a vaccine developed, when we're safe and can have a celebration where everyone can celebrate and see the inside of the building and be part of that, we will do that. So thank you again for coming out today, even though you can't have a tour, but we are going to have a virtual tour, so you'll be able to see it via video. So thank you again for coming out today, and I think we're ready to cut the ribbon. One, two, three. My name is Janine Ouderkirk and I'm the Executive Director here at Shelterhouse. Today we're going to have a tour of our new facility here at 2500 Waldo Avenue, Midland, Michigan. Welcome to the tour. As you come in, you will see that we very carefully thought about welcoming you to our facility. If you are a community partner, you will come to this door and greeted by the same receptionist who would greet you if you were a client and come in this door. We want to secure privacy and confidentiality for people who are coming to seek services from us. Welcome to my office. As you can see, it's a typical office where we can do administrative work. I'll be able to have meetings in here and have community partners come in and do some planning and all kinds of stuff. So really excited to welcome you to my office. Welcome to our volunteer huddle room. Now if you decide you want to come and volunteer for Shelterhouse and do spreadsheets or some kind of administrative volunteering and some projects for us, this would be the room that we have set aside for volunteers to be able to have a nice, comfortable workplace. Very excited to welcome our volunteers. And thank you in advance for volunteering. On this tour, I wanted to give you an idea of what our administrative offices will look like once we have furniture. But this is one where the furniture is here and our finance director has moved in and things are very warm and welcoming. So wanted to give you a peek at what that might look like for all of our administrative offices. We wanted to show you what a typical therapy office will look like so that a client can come in and meet and be warm, comfortable while they're having their therapy session. Just an FYI, we also have one therapy dog here at Shelterhouse, and this happens to be his owner's office. Welcome to our Client Services Coordinator's office. When someone calls Shelterhouse, they need to reach out and they need help. Sometimes they don't know what that help is. Sometimes it might be advocacy, sometimes it may be therapy or counseling. And so our Client Services Coordinator helps them, walks beside them, tells them the options that they have, what they might do to make a difference in their life. And that happens here in this office. Welcome to our gathering room. When we were dreaming about this new facility, we wanted a place for families to gather for potlucks, for groups, for support groups, for all kinds of things. We even had one person who wants to have cooking classes in here. So there's going to be a lot of things happen in this room that are going to be like magic. We're very excited for this room to be opened up and to have services begin. This room is really designed as the kitchen. So we have, the stove, the dishwasher, the oven, everything in here to make it so that it can be used in a gathering room area. This is not where the families come for their daily meals. This is a purposeful room. As we walk towards this way, you can see that we have this beautiful fireplace. And it, again, is something that we can have a support group here, we can have meetings in here. You will see that it is just designed, again, I used the word earlier, for purposeful activities. As you can see, this room was very well laid out for people to come together to have the resources and support that they need as they heal from the trauma that they've experienced. It's really important that everyone understand that you can't do this alone. You need that community of support. And this gathering room brings people together to heal. Welcome to our little store. We haven't come up with a better name for it, but for right now, we're calling it our little store. We have a resale shop over in the old Kmart Plaza where our clients can shop for free, but sometimes they have emerging needs. So this store is for all of our clients, whether they are residential clients, they live in a shelter, or whether they're here coming to have therapy, advocacy, or other services. They're going to be able to come into this little store and get their needs for their family. We are really excited, whether it is stuff out of the freezer, the refrigerator, whether it is blankets, whether it is personal care items, or coats for your children. We are really excited to be able to offer this to our clients where they can come in, shop with dignity, and get the things that they need for their families. So excited to share this with you. Welcome to our community room. This room is very unique. When the wall is open, it will hold about 75 people. And you'll see this side right now is empty. So we can have clients to come in here and have yoga, or we can have community partners come in and do, when they register and sign up, they can come in and do things that they need to do. We have a separate entrance so that the shelter stays secure. So if people from the community come to use this room, they will not be interacting or have access to our clients. So we're very excited to be able to have this training room, to have this available for our community to use and for us to use, for our clients, for groups, for trainings, for whatever it is that we might need. We're very excited to share this community room with you. This is the other side of the community room where it's set up to have a training. You'll see that the presenter can be up front where the television is, or we have enough room for participants. And as I said, if the wall is open, this room will hold about 75 people. We're so excited, as I said, to share this room with the community. A lot of education can happen, a lot of training, a lot of lives can be changed because of what is learned in this room. This room is a very important room as a survivor starts their journey to rebuild their life after trauma. It's our resource room, so clients can come in here and they have the use of the computer or printer or what they need to either do a job search, to get their resume together, to find out information that they need. And also the children can come in here and use the computers for their homework. There is security on the web so that they cannot get to the bad places that would be very harmful to them. So this room is very important. You'll see there's windows here so that if mom's in here doing her job search, kids can be next door playing and she doesn't have to worry about them and they can see her. So as we go into the children's room, you can see that we've set it up for older children. There are games, there are things for younger children as well, but primarily this would be where maybe arts and crafts might happen, where some collective activities among the children might happen. It is set up so that children can grow and have a place to be children. This is our children's play area. As you can see, it's designed for preschoolers and for school-age children. It is designed so that they can have a fun and safe time to play, while you'll see over there is the laundromat, and over here is a unique room. When someone comes into shelter for the first time after experiencing the trauma of domestic or sexual violence, they need to tell their story to our advocate. And in order to do that, it's important that the children feel safe and that mom or dad feels safe. So in this room, mom and our advocate can be in there and she's telling her story, and the door will be shut. And the children can play here, and mom can see them and they can see mom and know that she's safe. Because this is really important at that first initial exposure to Shelterhouse to know that they are going to be safe. I can't stress enough the amount of trauma that someone comes here with, and they don't know what's going to happen. And so this gives us the opportunity to walk beside them to explain the services that Shelterhouse offers while their children can relax and play and be kids. This is our Housing and Crisis Services Director's office. Our Housing and Crisis Services Director is responsible for, from that first phone call, that crisis call that comes in, to the time when someone comes and stays in shelter. So she manages all of those activities and is responsible for making sure everything runs smoothly. And that magic happens here in this office. When someone calls and they're in crisis, this is where the phone is answered. When someone says, I've experienced the most horrific time in my life and I need help, the person sitting in this chair is the person who walks beside them, helps them figure out what it is they need, connects them to resources, and gets them in for service. So this office is very important to all the work we do. Once someone is admitted to shelter, they have the freedom to come and go as they would in their normal life. They have to go get groceries, they have to go to their jobs, they have to take their kids to the doctor. So this is their quote-unquote lobby. So this is the door, and they have a separate parking lot that is gated, that is not open to the public, so they're able to come and go in a secure environment. So they come in here, and then they go on into the shelter through this other door. So they are protected. Once they are in this secure location, it is locked and keyed entry only. So we feel really good about keeping people safe. This is part of the shelter that we're very proud of. When we were doing our dreaming and planning, we wanted to make sure that it was pet friendly for part of the shelter. And we needed to do that because sometimes a victim will not leave their assailant because of their fear for the safety of their pet. And so we wanted to make sure that we could also keep the pets safe because they are part of the family. So in this wing, from where the carpet stops to where it goes on, is pet-friendly suites. We don't have it in yet, but as we go, if you were to go outside through these doors, we are going to have a dog run and a place for the dogs to be safe and secure and get the exercise they need to be healthy. So we tried to work that into all of our planning and all of the ways to make sure the whole family was safe. As we were planning our shelter services, we knew that we wanted to not have communal living. We wanted each family to have the dignity of having their own suite. So we are now in a family suite. You'll see they have their own table, refrigerator, dishwasher, microwave, and countertop stove. It is really important that all of the amenities that they need to function as a family are included in the suite. So they have their dishes, they have their pots and pans, and they have the ability to have their own food. That was really important to us. It also was important to know that families come in different sizes. There might be no children, there might be one child, there might be 5 or 6 children. So we wanted to build in the flexibility to be able to adapt to the size of the family. So as we walk this way into the bedroom, you can see that this bed has 3 twin beds in total, one of them being a bunk bed. Each suite has their own bathroom, including a shower and toilet and all the things that they need so that they can get ready for school in the morning, get ready for their job. They don't have to share a bathroom with another family, and that's really important. When we decided that communal living created a lot of unnecessary drama for people who had already experienced trauma in their life, we didn't want to have that repeated. And so this facility does not promote communal living except in that purposeful area in the gathering room, the family resource room, and different play areas. But as far as having family dignity and intact privacy, we built that into the suites. Again, this is another suite. This is for a single person, someone without children. We did not want communal living, even people without children, to be able to have the dignity of having their own space. So you will see here we have a microwave, we have a smaller refrigerator, there's dishes, a sofa bed, and they do have their own bathroom. This is what we call the reflection room. So someone needs some quiet time out to meditate, to reflect, to read, just have that time to themselves to take a breath. This room looks out into the woods, into the backyard. It is a place where someone can have that solitude and peace that they need while they heal on their journey after experiencing domestic or sexual violence. It's an important place, small space, but important place. So now you've gotten to see an individual suite for someone who doesn't have children, and you got to see a family flexible suite to see what our suites look like. We have 15 suites total, and I cannot show you the one suite, actually 2, that I would like to show you. They are accessible suites. So a person with a disability or someone who uses a wheelchair, we can accommodate their needs as well. So we are really, really excited to be able to serve all. Anyone who calls and asks and needs to be safe and away from their assailant can come here. We have the ability to serve. So we appreciate all of the community support that made this possible. It really does make a difference. I hope you have enjoyed your tour of Shelterhouse today. We are very excited to be able to have this opportunity to have this new facility, the state-of-the-art best practice programs here in our community. As we work to meet our mission of serving survivors of domestic and sexual violence by providing refuge, hope, and healing, we are able to do it so much better in this new facility. I want to thank you, our community, for coming together to make this possible. And thank you for taking the time to do this virtual tour. It has been my pleasure to share Shelterhouse with you. Thank you.